Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about more retarded shit because, like I said before, stupid shit doesn't stop just because it's the weekend. Either way, let's go. From bounding to comics. I'm off my game. Either way, Satirical article taking a jab at mainstream video game press causes legitimate outrage among mainstream video games journalists. Well, in summary, the company, not completely. It's a satirical website who wrote an article saying that now, but that was years ago, that IGN now has the time to go and play their games. Instead of writing articles and things like that, they play for the first time. Either way, they retweeted the article, making kind of a joke of the current shenanigans or this civil war going on inside IGN. And it was hilarious. And the games journalists, which are pretty much bottom of the barrel, bottom feeders, and pardon my very retarded and crappy French, but they are a bunch of cum guzzlers. Yeah. Either way, they are very stupid, and to the point that they went on and had a major hissy fit. Well, let me go and show you some of the tweets that they wrote. And remember, and that goes without saying, always, respect this. Do not contact them, do not talk to them, do not stare at them. They startle easily. Let's see. Do not talk to them, do not disagree with them, do not even say an A or an I against them. Remember, kids, they are SJWs and games journalists, so anything, even a small disagreement is considered not only harassment, but an actual death threat to these people. They are very fragile. So please do not even touch like this. Okay? Alright, thank you. So, let's go and show to you guys. Alright, here it is, the article. IGN writer excited to start playing game he just finished reviewing. And now, here we have blue check marks, but remember, they're very fragile, so no disagreement. Cosine, this is some Gamergate debate bullshit, yo. This ain't it. At the time, it was a very specific dig, but bringing it fountain in 2021 just perpetuates a harmful view of critics, and with all the stuff going on IGN, it feels especially inappropriate. Swing and a miss. You usually dial into the satire very well, but it's weird that no one looked at this bitch and thought, maybe we shouldn't feel the fire. Feel the fire on actual being ridiculous game talking points. Certainly is a choice to re-promote a joke from the 2018 when the ride is actually about hasn't worked there in years. When people who actually do the jobs will continue to get accused of this and damaging degrees. You can see shit. I forgot to switch. I boomerized, but anyway, here is the art, and there is the other one. And this is the act. If you wanna reread them, you can pause the video and check it out. Here is the other one.
It's so tall you saw the eager to make joke about lazy content by repeating a story they wrote 3 years ago rather than writing something new.
Yeah, I'll skip president. Why? That causes my views and me to be harassed constantly. Thanks. What lie? This is a satire, you filthy moron. Do you know how to read? Do you actually do your research? Of course not. He's a games journalist. Games journalists, usually, like, bottom feeders. A bunch of retarded, cocksucking fucking morons. Once again, pardon on my very retarded French. Alright.
No, be funny all of the time. This isn't one of those times. Besides harassment of journalists, IGN team stood up for human rights against their own management recently.
No? If I recall correctly, you guys, IGN wrote an article supporting terrorism. I don't think that's human rights.
They don't deserve this ever, but especially now. The guy you're thinking about, by the way, is he?
I'm not saying his name.
I realize this is just standard weekend re-primer, but the timing is bad and the message is worse. I'm hurt. I'm certainly a fan of IGN Goose, but please consider taking this down. This is hurtful to a lot of hard-working folks.
You forgot to take the K out and put an X in there. You need to be cancelled for this. You went against intersectionalism, against intersectionality religion. This is offensive.
I love when HardDrive makes articles about us, but this idea, Chief, you are satirically pushing a false narrative that many people believe to be true.
It kind of is. You can see in multiple articles, and even, if I'm not wrong, the Days Gone actor even showed that the game reviewer didn't even fucking actually play the game properly. Anyway,
Which flannels harassment and blowing to myself and friends. Yeah, spreading like cause my peers and me how it's going. Me.
They are definitely very triggered. Now let's go get back to the Bound into Comics article. They actually quote some of the same tweets I just covered here, but let's go and take a look. Comedic article satirizing the worst habits of mainstream video game press has deeply offended a number of video games journalists, many of whom believe its publication to be an unwarranted attack on their esteemed profession. They are pretty much the gender studies or even journalism studies or students who didn't manage to cut out for the bottom feeder of the bottom feeders in news channels like CNN, BBC and things like that. Sorry, all BBC-er. So they were so goddamn fucking incompetent that they unfortunately had to go and work for games magazines, and they actually seem to hate games. Anyway, the outrage began on May 29th, 2021 when HardDrive, a satirical news site in the vein of The Onion and Babylon Bee, whose content focused exclusively on video games, tweeted a link to their article. IGN writer excited to start playing. I already read that. Originally written in 2018, HardDrive's article satirizes a number of the unprofessional and well-documented habits which have plagued the industry of video games journalism in recent years. Pretty much exactly what I've said from the beginning. Such satirized habits included plagiarism, professional critics' growing inability to finish games before reviewing them, due in some part of the increased scheduling demands of remaining internet relevant, and how readers will gloss over a reviewer's writing to get to the score and forget about it entirely a few minutes later. I could probably write anything I want there because nobody's really going to read it, said Austin Rivera, a fictitious reviewer presented as the subject of the article. I basically have a bachelor's degree in garbage. Oh my god, I think I've made a huge mistake. That seems to be correct. Let's see if I can make it. Jesus Christ. This has got to be one of the worst faces that I ever managed to replicate in a game. What the fuck were they thinking when they made Mass Effect Andromeda? Anyway, clearly hitting too close to home for many, the articles sharing as part of nothing more than a routine instance of content promotion soon led to hard times being inundated with a storm of outrage tweets from real-world members of video game press, who felt the satirical piece of writing was an outright harassment and attack campaign against their profession. And this is exactly what I read. Oh, this one, I think I haven't read this one yet.
You really miss, but this is a big miss. Yikes, I don't think you realize the damage and goof like this one. Reviewers, creators have it hard enough dealing with clowns in the comments. Just pick some job harder, why don't ya?
Oh, this one is also new. No. If games journalism ceased to exist tomorrow, three things would happen. A number of new studios would fall. Quentin downloads, approving guns, contribute. The cost of making games are increased due to these. Well, you pretty much just proved the fact that games journalists are, in fact, the paid through propaganda or the ad-making revenue for the games industry. Oh, this one is new. Oh yeah, I think I know who she is. She works from the disgraceful or disgraced tech raptor. Anyway, no. This is poor taste. Bad timing. I know this is about to be funny, but it's not right now. Game journalists deal with so much hate and harassment, and this just propitiates this and stereotype game journalists and play games. You're paid off. Yes. In fact, there are multiple evidence that you guys actually do that. Anyway, I think this covers the most of the egregious, absolutely insane bullshit from the weekend. So I think that's about it. I think that covers everything. So if you like what you see, stay right here on youtube.com/Jester, or if you like more spicy content, head to bitchute.com/Jester and minds.com/Jester for spicy content. And it even has a goddamn fucking unique thumbnail. Yes, it's called Production Values. See, I do the sacrifice for you guys a lot. Anyway, thank you for fucking watching. See you next. See you tomorrow. No. Anyway, have a great... Jesus Christ, I fucked up the outro again. Have a very fucking good night.